What's up, Rattlers? I'm Adam Bickle, and you're watching the Rattler Report. There have been many Reagan students that have been working throughout the pandemic. Here's Kylie, who sat down with a few of those students.
Many high school students have gotten jobs during this current pandemic. Let's check in with Reagan's population of essential workers.
Raul Mendez, and I work at Chick-fil-A on Blanco Road. I started working at Chick-fil-A around, I believe, late August, September. I genuinely do enjoy working at Chick-fil-A. I love the people there. I just love talking to customers and being able to engage with them. They're just really sweet, and just having the time to, go out of my way and help all these other people that I work with, and as well as the customers. Um, I just, I just love working. Other than the fact that I get paid to do it. So I was working before the pandemic, and so I've worked before the pandemic and after and during. And I say during the pandemic is a little weird at times. Like, a lot of stuff has closed down. Um, the sometimes, so, like, our inside at Chick-fil-A, it's closed, so I never really got to experience how to clean the inside and all that kind of stuff, and how to work with the inside. But I mean, wearing masks and gloves and all this stuff too, we do take these, like, extra precautions as well to keep all the customers safe, and as well as ourselves. It hasn't affected my hours at all. Back when I worked at Taco Cabana, which was also still like during the pandemic, it was like the start of the pandemic. We did get like a dollar raise. It was like for like COVID relief. I mean, that was pretty nice. It was quite the same environment as well, regarding like hours, like whatever I needed, they were willing to give me and all that as well as pay and everything. So mostly I set up my schedule around school, so I have school first as my priority. But there's times where school and um, sometimes my extracurriculars, or if I have something to do on the weekend, like work will interfere, or school. Like, usually, like, sometimes I'll close at Chick-fil-A, so I'll stay till like 11, 11:30, but I'll have an assignment to turn in at like 11:59, which is really stressing, but I'm still able to do it.
My name is Diamond Sauce, and I work at HEB on Wilderness Oak. I started about last year around like October. It's been rough in the beginning, but now it's starting to like cool down. We have less rules. People's common sense are starting to come back, so it's been getting better. It was really hard for like people to like understand like the rules and like how we had it, like, you're supposed to like stand and wait for a customer or wait for the cashier to tell you like to keep on moving on. They weren't really getting that at all, so it's very frustrating for like to have like the customers not listen to us and put us at risk, and like they didn't act like they didn't care. Other than that, it's like a great work environment. It's nice to like be around like older people because then you learn like a lot more. I did get I think it was like a $500 check, and then I also did get a raise, and then I also moved up promotion, so I moved up during the pandemic. There were some people that would be like, "Oh my god, like you're an angel, like you're saving like the whole world," and like it just like really weird to be like, "I'm really not. Like I'm just sanitizing carts." So
My name is Natalia Lua, and I work at a boutique called Francesca's. I started back late July, early August. I was interested in looking there for work because my previous job in the same shopping center, our business was going down. At Francesca's, we've started to keep capacity on how many customers we can have in the store. We sanitize as often as we can with the pin pads. The When we get returns, we spray down the clothing and we let it quarantine for about a day before we let it back on the floor. We do wear our masks around each other all the time, even during closing and when no one else is around. We even enforce the social distancing. I am the youngest one at Francesca's. They're mostly all in college. I love the work people I'm working with. They're amazing and they're very, very sweet. And although I am pretty new to the, I guess, working field, they're very, very kind to me and they're very, very patient with me, considering that I do have somewhat of social anxiety. and I'm working in customer service, so they're there to help me and defend me in case of a rude customer comes along. Um, so I love my job.
Okay, thank you.
It's my pleasure.
One thing that's been occupying me during the pandemic is my PS5, which I was luckily able to get. Here's a video I made about the features of the PS5 and why I think it's worth it. The PS5 is the latest console made by the PlayStation Company and comes 7 years since the PS4 came out. The first major difference between the two consoles is the looks. While the PS4 is black and a lot smaller, the 5 has a white color and a lot bigger. But this is for a reason, as there are fans inside the console to keep it from heating up, which is one of the reasons why my PS4 broke. Another difference is the controllers. The PS5 controller is a lot bigger than the PS4's, which I think is better because it allows you to get a better grip on the controller. The home screen between the two consoles is also different, and I think that the is also better because I just think that the 5's home screen is a lot cleaner and there's a lot less stuff all over the place. One of the main reasons why people are buying PS5s and ditching their PS4s is because of the improved graphics and the higher amounts of storage and memory that the PS5 holds. The graphics on the PS5 are a lot more realistic than the graphics on the PS4 and are just overall more aesthetically pleasing than the graphics on the PS4. And while the PS4 has about 500 gigabytes of storage, the PS5 has a lot more than that, sitting at 825 gigabytes of storage. Another thing that is different about the controllers is that the PS5 has an interactive touchpad on the controller that can do different things, such as drawing. And finally, one of the most enjoyable features is the cross compatibility, which means that you can play PS4 games on the PS5, which with the PS4 you aren't able to play PS3 games on the PS4. So in the end, I think that the little bit of extra money is definitely worth it to get the PS5. Many people around the world have been trying to figure out how to stay occupied during the pandemic. Here's Ashley, who found out how one Reagan student is doing just that.
This is my PVO mini projector. I got it for Christmas and it was at the top of my Christmas list, something I really wanted. And it's pretty easy. All you have to do is take your HDMI cord, plug it into the side here, and then take the other side and plug it in to your computer. And then you press the start button, give it a second, and there you go. I got this off of Amazon. It's the cheapest one on there and the first one that pops up. You can use it in your room for a movie night or outside or anywhere with a blank wall. What I really like about this projector is that you don't need a TV in your room and you just need a blank wall. So because of that, I give it a 10 out of 10 rating and I definitely recommend.
Thank you, Ashley. Here's Mia, Clint, and Morgan, who sat down with a few Reagan students and asked them what their New Year's resolutions were.
With the rarity of the last year, 2021 seemed to bring lots of promise to a lot of people. So we decided to see what the students at Reagan had planned for 2021.
My New Year's resolution for this year is to be at least 200 pounds by the end of the year of muscle mass. I'm going to be lifting every single day, taking the correct supplements, correct amounts, eating properly, changing my diet plans, and just staying on it.
The goal that I have for this year, or another resolution, is to take more time for myself, get in a headspace. That way, with everything going on, it's not as overwhelming and I take care of myself a little bit better.
My New Year's resolutions this year are to get better grades in school. One way I chose to remind myself is actually writing down my grade goals for this next semester on this big blackboard. Remind me to continue to work harder.
This has been Mia Gonzalez, Morgan DeVerter, and Clint Barros for Rattler Report.
I'm Adam Bickle, and thank you for watching the Rattler Report.